It's not that bad right now, but it's pounding earlier. Off and on all night. It's kind of been a jam last night. The wind was blowing the perfect direction to get up underneath the overhang I've been sleeping at when it's raining. Sometimes I sleep there when it's not even raining. So I was like, I'll just go to the sheds. But the people at the hardware store were there till like 11 o'clock. I sit out across the street. Well, not across the street, but in a smaller overhang that's all lit up that I can't sleep at really. And watched them, and they just weren't leaving. So I'm like, man, I got to get some sleep, man. I need my rest. So I went back over to the place I got the boot from the cops. I knew I could get away with it. I've been knowing that. Some people in the comment section, don't go back there, you're getting... Those cops don't give a crap, okay? They didn't even want to go over there and tell me to leave, all right? They made that perfectly clear when they were telling me that. You know, we know you, man. We know you're not a troublemaker. I'm like, yeah. The guy doesn't want you here. Yeah. It was my fault. You know? I shouldn't have been hanging out there in the daytime. I just thought I could get... It could have gone either way. The guy might not have given a shit. You know, it might have been a person, some bum's hanging out front. I don't care. Or it might be a guy that's going, hey, bum's over there. Call the cops. That's what type of person he was. And I'm not cutting him down. I mean, you can blame him. He didn't want somebody making a house out of his property. But the cops aren't proactive. They're not going over there in the middle of the night looking to see if I'm there. I knew that. There's no way they're going to do that. Why? Why would they? The only way they're going to go by there and look is if the guy calls them and tells them to go over there. If there's a call. And that guy, that rich fat old man ain't going to go over there at midnight looking around. He's just not going to do it. And he's too cheap to hire a security guard. I mean, that's $30,000, $40,000 a year. Hell no, he's not going to do that. Can't afford to. His business, the property's vacant. He's not getting any rent off that place right now. It's my fault. I shouldn't have been there in the daytime, and I knew it. I could have come right over here where I'm at now and went inside the air conditioning, you know, with electricity. It's just nice and private over there, you know. But yeah, that's it. I'm not doing much in the way of content. What am I going to do? You know? I've got a bunch of appointments coming up. It's appointment after appointment after appointment. The 18th, I've got 2 doctor's appointments. They messed up one of the blood tests. I don't know how. The test tubes are contaminated or something for the blood. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Okay. We need to draw more blood. Okay. And then, of course, I have to go talk to the palliative care team. I'm going to ask for pain medication. Yeah, you know, it's kind of hard sleeping. I'm not really in that bad of pain. I'm not. I'm just uncomfortable. Comes and goes. Like last night wasn't so bad. The night before kind of sucked. I mean, laying on my side, it's uncomfortable. I feel like my ribs are kind of cracked or something. It's weird. The doctor, when she was looking at my CAT scan, was like, not CAT scan, the CT scan. I think there's a difference. Yeah. CT scan said, I think you had some broken ribs. Yeah, I have. Feels like they're broken now. She was like, because that's a sign of metastatic lung cancer, is bones breaking. It metastasizes in the bone and they break. So I'll talk to those guys, and then 2 days later I'm going in for the PET scan, positron emission tomography, and they'll have the results like in an hour. A doctor will be able to look at it within an hour, but the pulmonary oncologist needs to talk to all the doctors at the conference and come up with a treatment plan, which I'm probably not going to tell you. It depends on what she tells me. They're going to do all the bells and whistles, though. She made that perfectly clear. Oh, no, radiation, surgery, and chemo. If it's stage 4, I'm just going to go, listen, I want to die with dignity. I'm not going to go through all that. I want to go, you know, I don't have much time. You're not going to give me much more time by doing this. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm kind of messed up with the time of year it is. I can't lollygag. while this tumor gets larger. I mean, what I'm doing might be working, but to a certain extent, but yeah, I'm doing the ketogenic metabolic therapy, but I'm using like a herbal extract for a glutamine inhibitor. I've studied it and studied online and said it's definitely a glutamine inhibitor. People use it to lose weight, to lower their blood sugar, and and they say it gets the same side effects. They say you can't do this stuff for long. People have done it for 6 months. Some people even said they've done it for 2 years, but it's suggested you only stay on it for like 8 weeks and then go off of it for a couple of weeks in a cycle. Just like the drugs that the advocates of this the protocol I'm using do. Can't do those for a long time either. They're like, oh, you only do those for like 8 weeks. So it sounds suspiciously similar. And I've heard people saying these herbs are just as good, man. We'll see. I'd really like to get someplace and get to a doctor, find some doctors that would be willing to give me something that's prescription strength, even though they don't prescribe glutamine blockers for cancer treatment. Not what some of them do. I hear Johns Hopkins is doing this. The standard of care doctors don't want to talk about it. It's a big controversy. The science isn't settled on this. Oh, that's a genetic disease. We need to find a genetic cure. And others, no, it's a metabolic disease. The genetic mutations are just are beside the point. We could starve these cancer cells. That sure sounds legit, man. It does, and people are saying it's working for me. With doctors checking on their progress, going, they had stage 4, and 5 years later, they haven't done standard of care at all. What's going on here? Well, that's what's going on here. Got to try something. Yeah. Exercise videos, like going back to what kind of content I'm going to create. Because I'll sit inside this coffee shop all day today. It's going to be raining all day. But I'll come out here, and like I said, I'll do every hour. I'll go out here and do a set. You can get a lot of sets in that way too, because you're not getting the workout in all at once. It wears you out completely. You're just, every hour you're going out there for about 5 minutes and getting hard a set in as you can. I can get 500 jumping jacks in, 600-700 jumping jacks, depending on how long I'm in here. I'll probably get 1,000 jumping jacks today. That's another thing. That's why I'm talking about it. Because the ultra marathon, I've got that playlist as ultra marathon. I think I'll just leave it that way. I probably might change the name of that playlist. It depends on what happens. But it's my physical fitness videos is what it is. And but with the protocol I'm on, I mean, researching everything. How do you lower blood sugar, glucose in the blood glucose, and blood, glutamine. And it's exercise, intense exercise. Sounds good. So I might show that. I don't know. We'll see. And the doctor's appointments. Once I get some news on that and what's going to happen, I don't know, man. It's the middle of the summertime. Because I've saved money. By that time, I will have saved even more. And I could call Amtrak, get an Amtrak ticket, be downtown at Union Square, jump on Amtrak, be in Dallas in 20 hours, and be riding to my sister's house. It'd take me about 5 days. And it's a pretty crazy looking part of the country over there. Desolate looking. It's kind of beautiful, too. There's nothing out there a lot of the places. There's like, it's desolate. It's desolate. Be there picking up my SD cards, and then what am I going to do? Probably going to New Mexico. They got really cheap on Route 66. They're just right up there. It's another couple 100 miles past where my sister lives. She lives right near New Mexico. And they got cheap motels. I need more money. Not that cheap. $200 a week. Then again, I could get Social Security really quick. If I got stage 4, that it could be expedited. I could be getting a check pretty quick if I go to a Social Security office. There's one right down the road, about 20 miles from where my sister lives, in the larger town, because she lives in a little town. And there's a larger town nearby. But it's not really the place to hang out homeless. I have to get a motel. There's cheap motel rooms there too. I might do that. Well, anyway. About 25 more minutes, I'll be able to go inside. They're not open yet, that's why I'm sitting out here. Good morning. At least I hope you're having a good morning.